Well, good morning, you guys. Well, I guess technically I should say afternoon. It is well into the afternoon today. It's Sunday, and we had a little get together here at the apartment last night, so didn't really sleep that well, and it took a lot to get up this morning. Or I should say this afternoon. Sorry about that. I should say this afternoon. I am trying to start wrapping my head around this coming week because we want to get more serious with our nutrition. We want to get back to tracking food, and I don't know, there's a part of me that's feeling a little bit nervous, I guess, about sorry, I'm so sleepy still. There's a part of me that's just feeling a little nervous because I have been consuming more sugar and basically watching my diet less this past 2 weeks, kind of. And so it is probably going to get a little rough because I always seem to go through this period of withdrawal from sugar. And yeah, it just makes it difficult because it makes me feel like, well, first of all, there are like the physical aspects of it. So it makes me feel very lethargic. I feel very low energy. I get kind of cranky. I have headaches, and that kind of stuff. But then there's also the mental health aspect of it. I get really depressed. I feel sad. I feel very hopeless. It's just crazy how strong something like that is. Fucking sugar is such a strong drug, basically. And so I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous about what this week is going to bring. I'm going to try to take it slow and be patient with myself and all that. But yeah, in general, it just feels a little. I'm getting a little nervous as I think about it. Also, because I don't have a good system yet for measuring things here. I feel like I had more stuff to work with in the US. So like I had more kitchen space, I had more gadgets, more bowls and things to measure with and all that stuff. And so I don't know how that's going to play out here. And when you're not, I guess like if you're not prepared, I guess the thing is I should be a little more prepared because then as we start measuring, I don't know, I always underestimate the amount of work that something like that takes. And so I think like, oh, I'll just, we'll just weigh it as we're doing it. But then like the cooking moment comes around and I don't know, it gets a little overwhelming. And since I'm cooking for two, I don't know how to do it. I don't particularly want to measure things and cook them separately. And I usually tend to cook without a recipe. It's more by feel. So I start cooking and I'm adding some things and stuff. And so having to weigh everything is going to change that dynamic. Because if I pre-weigh anything, that might not be what the dish is calling for at the moment. Just trying to think about it at that time. I don't know. I'll have to see because if I sort of prepare everything from before, like it might be more or less of a certain ingredient that I wanted to use. And so that's going to make it a little tricky. That's a little annoying to have to figure that out as opposed to just kind of being able to cook on the go and adjust as I see fit, which is basically the way that I normally cook. So that's going to make it a little more challenging. Also, there is sort of the added pressure of like cooking it in a way that it tastes good because Julima's going to eat it, and so it's different when I'm just cooking for myself because even if it tastes bad or if it's not what we wanted, I don't know, we're a little more forgiving with ourselves in that way, I guess. As opposed to like when you're cooking for someone else, you want it to be good. You want it to taste good. Just because we're doing this doesn't mean that everybody else should do it. Although it's nice when you have someone to do it with, but still. So I'm just, just kind of feeling a little nervous in that way, because I know that this first week is going to be rough, and I'm going to probably be feeling the effects of it, and then on top of that, having to figure out like some of the logistics can make it really tricky. But I feel like I don't really have any more time. Like I would probably have to do it today, and today I really don't feel like doing it. So this is when things get a little tricky, and it's probably a good idea to be prepared in that way. Like those like little logistical things that can make or break, a meal. And so I'm a little nervous about that, but it is what it is. So for now, we'll just, see what the next week brings and how we'll do, and we'll take it from there. Just one day at a time, and whatever happens, I'll be here, and we'll talk about it, and yeah, that's it. Happy Sunday, you guys. I will see you tomorrow.